Hi everyone, welcome to Kaya's blog. This video focuses on ways in which Vogue can be inclusive in the future, so buckle up and enjoy the video.
Yeah, you better.
In the last videos, we looked at how Vogue Magazine is inclusive and diverse within their advertising and cover shoots. We saw that Vogue has been taking steps toward inclusivity in recent years by diversifying its representation of beauty, fashion, and culture. They have expanded their cover choices to include more diverse models, featuring people from various ethnicities, body shapes, and backgrounds. This effort aims to break the traditional mold of beauty standards, embracing a broader spectrum of identities and perspectives. Vogue has also highlighted important societal conversations around inclusion, using its platform to discuss issues like racial diversity, body positivity, LGBTQ+ representation, and more. However, some critics argue that there is still progress to be made, as the fashion industry continues to evolve and address systemic issues related to inclusivity. The audiences have given mixed responses to Vogue for quite a long time now. Some people have been happy and praising Vogue for their efforts and diversity, whilst some, even most people, argue that while Vogue has started to include more diverse models, there is still a lack of authentic representation. Some feel that certain identities or communities are still underrepresented or portrayed in stereotypical ways. This is backed up by my primary research from my media studies and business classmates. The questionnaire asks them what groups are highly represented and what groups lack representation. As we can see, race and gender are the most represented that they have seen as an audience, and religion, disability, and body size has been quite dismissive. I have also asked them if they ever felt represented as an individual in any of Vogue's advertisements. 66.7% have said yes, and whilst 33.3% might be lower, it is still quite a lot of people for not being represented. This might create barriers from connecting Vogue to their audience, making them feel alienated and makes Vogue look far from reality. And the limited progress has also been a factor that spiked controversy. Despite efforts, there is a perception that progress toward inclusivity has been slow or superficial. Meaningful change may require a more substantial shift in the industry's norms, both in terms of hiring practices and the narratives featured in the magazine. Some see inclusivity efforts as a passing trend or marketing strategy rather than a genuine commitment to representation and diversity. This can lead to skepticism about the magazine's intentions. This is supported by another question I asked in my questionnaire. 66.7% have said yes, but not always, meaning that they do think they use it to their advantage, but there might be real authenticity to their actions. 8.3% have said no, but not always, meaning they think that Vogue is honest and raw, but they do have their times of fame. And 25% have said definitely, knowing that a lot of businesses and people use social issues and certain subjects to their advantage, whether it be something bad or good. Who knows, maybe Vogue not being 100% inclusive and diverse could be a strategy they use to keep people talking about them. Criticism isn't just about what's shown on the pages, but also about the behind-the-scenes practices. Concerns exist about the lack of diversity among decision makers and in the teams creating the content. Despite steps forward, there are ongoing issues within the fashion industry, including issues related to size diversity, racial equity, cultural appropriation, and more. Vogue, as a leading fashion magazine, often faces scrutiny for these larger industry problems. Now, from my perspective and current knowledge, there are some ideas I have that would help Vogue magazine be more inclusive and diverse in the future. Obviously, number one, have more diverse models. Although they do have models from diverse nationalities, ages, and races, they might want to include models that are unique more frequently. For example, increase in models of disability, all types of body size, religion, and people who have very unique features. Someone new and authentic. Number 2, feature more stories that highlight diverse perspective, experiences, and talents. There are so many models we haven't seen behind the scenes where they explore their individuality with the audiences. This will promote a more realistic and relatable image of beauty. Number 3, avoid tokenism and ensure that diversity isn't just a trend but a genuine commitment to representation. If they truly want change and become inclusive, they should take action. Show the audience that you are honest and authentic. By releasing videos or content about different cultures or religions' holidays with appropriate models could be something unique and entertaining for audiences to relate and learn about others. This would form unity and genuine knowledge that would lead to understanding and respect between people. Number 4, engage with and support initiatives that promote diversity and inclusivity in fashion. Vogue can partner with organizations, host events, and funding programs that empower underrepresented groups in the industry can create lasting impact. Number 5, hosting inclusive events. Vogue can organize events and discussions focused on diversity and inclusivity in fashion, inviting industry leaders, activists, and influencers to share insights and promote dialogue. They can even invite not so well-known individuals to talk about diversity as well as promote diversity. Number 6, have global representation. They can do this by spotlighting fashion scenes from regions often underrepresented in mainstream media, showcasing local designers, trends, and cultural influences from around the world. And finally, number 7, continue feedback and improvement. Not everything can be perfect, and obviously, with the changing environment and society, nothing will stay the same. So it is safe to say that it is important for Vogue to really listen to their audience, because their audiences are like family, and they should treat them like family by listening and doing the right thing, even though it might alter their image. But with today's society, doing the right thing is more important, as if you are doing ethical and authentic actions, people will realize and applaud you for that. Especially with the rise of social media, word will spread out and you will be the talk of society. So, I think with the advice I gave on how Vogue Magazine could be more inclusive and diverse for the future, they can create unity and acclaim positive feedback from the people, which will create a stronger connection between Vogue and their audience, as well as Vogue's focus to be inclusive and diverse. In conclusion, to answer my question, to what extent is Vogue Magazine a form of inclusive fashion advertising? I believe to some extent. Even though they are inclusive in many ways, they can do so much to be more inclusive and diverse within the fashion industry.